Welcome to the Bedtime Lab, where we explore the wonders of the universe together, gently guiding you into a restful slumber with the soothing embrace of knowledge. I am so glad you are here with us tonight, ready to embark on this incredible journey. As you settle in, maybe wrapped in your coziest blanket, let your imagination take flight with the extraordinary possibilities of space elevators and skyhooks. And if you feel like sharing, I would love to know where you're tuning in from. Just drop a comment below, and let's build a little community of starry-eyed dreamers. Now, let's dive into the topic at hand, one that's as much a testament to human ingenuity as it is a dream of our future. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to travel to space as easily as taking an elevator ride? This marvelous concept, known as the space elevator, has captivated the minds of dreamers and scientists alike for many years. Imagine a world where an elevator could lift you from our Earth's surface up into the vastness of space with no need for rockets. It's like something out of a sci-fi novel, isn't it? Here's a fascinating fact. The idea of a space elevator was first conceived by a Russian scientist named Konstantin Tsiolkovsky way back in 1895. Inspired by the Eiffel Tower, he imagined a tower reaching Earth to the cosmos. It's amazing how inspiration can come from the most unexpected places, isn't it? Now, let's consider the materials needed for such a structure. Did you know that traditional building materials like steel or concrete wouldn't be nearly strong enough to construct a space elevator? Instead, scientists are exploring the use of carbon nanotubes. These are tiny, tubular structures made entirely of carbon atoms. They are stronger than steel and incredibly lightweight, which makes them a perfect candidate for this futuristic project. Can you believe that something so small could hold the key to such a monumental leap in technology? Speaking of strength, the space elevator would need to stretch over 35,000 kilometers from the Earth's surface to geostationary orbit. That's like traveling nearly the circumference of the Earth. It's a distance that boggles the mind and truly shows how vast our world is when seen in the context of the cosmos. And here's something intriguing. The space elevator cable would need to be anchored on one end to the Earth's surface and on the other end to a counterweight out in space, likely an asteroid. This continuous tension would allow the cable to remain taut, enabling vehicles to travel smoothly along its length. It's like having a cosmic seesaw perfectly balanced between Earth and the stars. Speaking of balance, did you know that the rotation of the Earth plays a crucial role in keeping the space elevator stable? The centrifugal force generated by the Earth's spin helps maintain the tension in the cable. It's a beautiful dance of physics that keeps everything in harmony, don't you think? Now, let's turn our attention to skyhooks, another fascinating concept. Unlike the space elevator, a skyhook doesn't extend all the way from the Earth's surface to space. Instead, it is a long cable that orbits the Earth, capturing spacecraft and carrying them partway into orbit before releasing them. This method could dramatically reduce the amount of fuel needed for space travel. Can you imagine the elegance of a skyhook system swooping down to catch a spacecraft like a cosmic trapeze artist? It's a breathtaking vision of our future in space. And here's a fun thought. Skyhooks could enable more frequent and accessible space travel, making the dream of visiting other planets a more achievable reality for future generations. The concept of skyhooks was first proposed in the 1950s, around the same time that the space race was sparking imaginations worldwide. Since then, engineers have been refining the idea, imagining how such a system could be built and operated. It's a wonderful reminder of how ideas can evolve over time, growing and adapting as our understanding of technology expands. Another remarkable aspect of both space elevators and skyhooks is their potential environmental impact. By reducing reliance on rocket launches, these systems could significantly decrease the pollution associated with current space travel methods. Imagine a future where our exploration of space is both sustainable and gentle on our planet. And speaking of sustainability, did you know that a space elevator could also facilitate the construction of solar power stations in space? These stations could harness the sun's energy and beam it back to Earth, providing us with a clean and virtually limitless source of power. It's a beautiful example of how innovation in one area can inspire progress in another. As we continue to dream about the potential of these technologies, it's worth remembering that every great achievement begins with a single idea, nurtured by curiosity and imagination. So, as you drift off to sleep, let your thoughts wander to the stars and beyond, where anything is possible. May your dreams be filled with the wonders of the universe and the knowledge that we are all explorers at heart, reaching for the stars together. Good night, dear friend. Let me take you on another imaginative journey into the realm of space elevators and skyhooks. Picture this: the potential economic benefits of constructing a space elevator could be astronomical, metaphorically and literally. Once operational, such a structure could dramatically reduce the cost of sending materials and people into space, making space travel more accessible than ever before. Imagine the possibilities for industries that could emerge as a result of this newfound affordability in reaching orbit. It's like opening a gateway to a whole new economic frontier. Here's something you might find surprising. The base station of a space elevator, often referred to as the Earth port, would likely be situated at or near the equator. This positioning takes advantage of the centrifugal forces generated by Earth's rotation, maximizing the stability and efficiency of the system. The equatorial location also reduces the mechanical stress on the elevator cable, which is crucial for maintaining its integrity over time. It's fascinating how geography can play such a pivotal role in this technological marvel, don't you think? Speaking of locations, did you know that the concept of a space elevator has even inspired discussions about potential space tourism? With a space elevator, trips to the exhilarating heights of space could become as routine as visiting another continent. Can you imagine sipping coffee while gazing down at our blue planet from the comfort of a space elevator capsule? It's a vision that truly captures the imagination and brings the idea of living in space one step closer to reality. And here's a particularly thought-provoking idea. A functional space elevator could serve as a platform for launching deep space missions. By providing a stable base from which to depart, spacecraft could save enormous amounts of fuel that would otherwise be used to escape Earth's gravity. This efficiency could lead to more ambitious missions exploring the distant reaches of our solar system and beyond. It's a thrilling prospect, the idea that a tethered structure could help humanity reach the stars. Now, let's consider the notion of safety. One might wonder about the potential hazards posed by space debris when thinking about a space elevator. Engineers propose equipping the structure with advanced tracking and avoidance systems capable of moving the cable slightly to dodge incoming debris. Such technology would be essential to ensuring the longevity and safety of the elevator. It's reassuring to know that even the smallest details are being considered to protect this ambitious project. Speaking of protection, did you know that a space elevator could significantly aid in planetary defense? With a permanent infrastructure reaching into space, we could deploy and maintain equipment designed to detect and deflect potentially hazardous asteroids. Imagine the peace of mind that comes from knowing we have a tool capable of protecting our planet from celestial threats. And here's a curious twist. Skyhooks, while still a theoretical concept, could revolutionize how we manage orbital traffic. These systems have the potential to act as orbital transfer points, efficiently moving satellites and other payloads between different orbits. The flexibility offered by Skyhooks could lead to the creation of an intricate network of orbital pathways akin to an interstellar highway system. It's a fascinating thought that a cable spinning through space could organize the cosmos in such an elegant manner. On the topic of organization, imagine the logistical planning involved in maintaining a skyhook. The balance of forces, the precision of timing, and the synchronization with spacecraft passing by are all elements that require meticulous calculation and coordination. It's a remarkable dance of technology and physics, a testament to human ingenuity and our ability to choreograph such complex systems. And speaking of choreography, let's not forget the role of artificial intelligence in these endeavors. AI could be instrumental in managing the operations of both space elevators and skyhooks, optimizing their functions and ensuring safety. With AI, these structures could autonomously adjust to new challenges and opportunities, adapting to the ever-changing environment of space. It's an exciting glimpse into a future where machines help guide us through uncharted territory. Here's another intriguing thought. The construction of a space elevator might require international collaboration on an unprecedented scale. Such a project could unite nations in a shared vision, fostering cooperation and innovation across borders. The collaborative spirit that would be necessary to build a space elevator could serve as a model for future global initiatives promoting peace and progress here on Earth. As we ponder these possibilities, it's evident that the dreams of space elevators and skyhooks are more than just visions of the future. They are reflections of our innate desire to explore and understand the universe. Each step we take toward making these dreams a reality is a testament to the power of human imagination and determination. So, as you lay back and let your mind wander, consider the extraordinary potential of these technologies and the endless sky of opportunities they present. What wonders might we discover as we ascend to the heavens? Speaking of the heavens, did you know that the concept of a space elevator isn't limited to Earth alone? That's right. Similar ideas have been proposed for other celestial bodies, like the Moon and Mars. These environments offer unique advantages. They have lower gravity than Earth, making the construction of a space elevator potentially easier and less demanding in terms of materials and energy. Imagine the possibilities of having elevators on multiple planets, allowing us to traverse the solar system with ease. Here's something else that might pique your interest. The materials required for a space elevator on Earth would need to be incredibly strong. The primary candidate for this is carbon nanotubes, which are both lightweight and have a tensile strength far exceeding that of steel. However, we're still working on manufacturing them in the lengths required for a space elevator cable. It's an exciting area of research that could bring us one step closer to making this vision a reality. Speaking of materials, have you ever considered how a space elevator might impact the landscape around its base? It's likely that the area surrounding the Earthport would become a bustling hub of activity. Infrastructure like power plants, transport networks, and even whole communities might spring up to support the elevator's operation. This transformation could lead to the development of entirely new cities centered around these technological marvels. And here's a thought-provoking notion. The space elevator could potentially serve as a launch platform for atmospheric research. By providing a stable and elevated platform, researchers could deploy instruments to study weather patterns, climate change, and even conduct experiments high above the Earth's surface without the need for traditional aircraft. It's fascinating to think about how one structure could serve so many purposes, benefiting science and society alike. Moving on to the topic of energy, did you realize that a space elevator could actually help facilitate the transfer of solar power from space to Earth? With solar panels positioned along the length of the elevator, it could capture vast amounts of solar energy and transmit it to the ground. This could provide a clean and virtually limitless source of power, potentially revolutionizing how we think about energy production on our planet. Here's another intriguing aspect. The concept of skyhooks complements space elevators by offering a dynamic alternative for accessing space. Unlike a stationary elevator, a skyhook could be in constant motion, swooping down into the atmosphere to pick up payloads and then swinging them into orbit. This technique could drastically reduce the energy required to reach orbit, offering a more efficient path to the stars. In terms of design, did you know that a space elevator would need to extend far beyond geostationary orbit, reaching approximately 100,000 kilometers into space? This enormous length ensures the cable remains taut and stable, providing the necessary counterbalance to Earth's gravitational pull. It's astounding to think of a structure stretching so far into the cosmos, a true engineering marvel connecting Earth to the heavens. Speaking of engineering marvels, the safety mechanisms of a space elevator are equally impressive. In the event of a cable failure, engineers have proposed various methods to safely bring elevator cars back to Earth, such as deploying parachutes or using controlled descent systems. These safety features are crucial in ensuring the well-being of passengers and cargo, providing peace of mind for those daring to venture into space via this unique method. Can you imagine the view from a space elevator? As the elevator car ascends, passengers would witness the gradual curvature of the Earth, the vastness of the oceans, and the twinkling of city lights far below. It would offer a perspective like no other, a serene and humbling view of our planet that few have experienced. Such sights might even inspire a greater appreciation for the beauty and fragility of our world. And speaking of inspiration, the very idea of space elevators and skyhooks has captured the imagination of writers and artists for decades. These concepts have appeared in countless works of science fiction, showcasing humanity's enduring fascination with the stars. They serve as a powerful reminder of our innate desire to explore and push the boundaries of what is possible. Let me share another interesting idea. These technologies could fundamentally alter international trade. With reduced costs for transporting goods to and from space, countries could trade resources from different celestial bodies, like lunar minerals or Martian soil. This could lead to a new era of economic cooperation and competition, reshaping global markets in ways we can only begin to imagine. Finally, consider the potential impact on education and research. With greater accessibility to space, universities and research institutions could conduct experiments and gather data on a scale previously unimaginable. Students might even have the opportunity to experience space firsthand, sparking a new generation of scientists and explorers eager to continue our journey into the cosmos. As we envision these possibilities, it becomes clear that space elevators and skyhooks are not just dreams of the future, but catalysts for change and progress. They reflect our collective ambition to reach beyond our planet, to explore the universe, and to unlock the mysteries of the stars. So as your thoughts drift through the night sky, ponder the wonders that await us on this incredible journey. As we drift further into the dreamscape of space elevators and skyhooks, let me whisper to you about the potential environmental benefits of these ambitious projects. Imagine a future where rockets, with their loud engines and fiery plumes, become less frequent. Space elevators could significantly reduce the environmental impact of space launches by providing a gentler ascent to orbit. This change might allow us to preserve more of Earth's natural tranquility. And here's a curious thought. While a space elevator on Earth is still a dream, similar concepts could be more feasible on smaller celestial bodies with lower gravity, like the Moon or Mars. Did you know that a lunar elevator would require a much shorter cable, around 50,000 kilometers, and could be constructed using currently available materials? This could provide a stepping stone for human exploration and development in our solar neighborhood, making it easier to transport materials and people to the Moon's surface. Speaking of lunar possibilities, have you ever considered how a space elevator might revolutionize our approach to asteroid mining? With easier access to orbit, mining asteroids for precious metals and other resources could become a practical reality. This could help alleviate resource scarcity on Earth, offering a sustainable supply of materials for generations to come. Can you imagine a future where space mining becomes just another industry? Now, picture this. The cables of a space elevator, stretching over 100,000 kilometers, could double as research platforms. Scientists could place sensors and instruments along the cable's length to study space weather, cosmic rays, and other phenomena. This vertical observatory could yield insights into the universe that would be difficult to achieve with current technology. Here's a fascinating detail. Space elevators might also contribute to satellite deployment. Launching satellites into precise orbits could become much more efficient and economical. Instead of relying on costly rocket launches, satellites could be deployed directly from the elevator, reducing the time and expense associated with traditional methods. It's a paradigm shift that could enhance global communication, navigation, and observation systems. And did you know that the concept of a space elevator isn't entirely new? The idea dates back to the late 19th century, when Russian scientist Konstantin Tsiolkovsky first imagined a celestial castle in the sky. His vision has inspired generations of engineers and dreamers to explore the feasibility of such a structure. Tsiolkovsky's work serves as a testament to the power of imagination and its ability to spark groundbreaking innovations. Speaking of sparking innovation, consider the transportation possibilities on a space elevator. Without the need for massive rocket fuel, goods and passengers could travel to space on electric-powered climbers akin to trains riding up a vertical railway. This method of transportation could be both eco-friendly and cost-effective, providing a sustainable alternative to fuel-heavy rockets. An intriguing aspect of Skyhooks is their potential to support small, reusable spacecraft. These smaller vehicles could dock with the Skyhook to hitch a ride into higher orbits or even escape Earth's gravity altogether. This collaborative approach between Skyhooks and spacecraft could open up new frontiers of space travel, making it more accessible to a wider array of missions and explorers. And here's something delightful to ponder. The concept of space elevators and skyhooks has not only inspired scientific exploration, but also captured the imagination of the arts. From literature to movies, these structures have been depicted as gateways to the stars, representing humanity's relentless pursuit of discovery. They symbolize our deep-seated desire to transcend our earthly bounds and reach for the heavens. Did you know that the base of a space elevator, known as the Earthport, could become a hub of scientific and educational activity? Imagine students and researchers from around the world gathering there to collaborate on space-related projects. It could serve as a melting pot of ideas and cultures, fostering an environment where innovation knows no boundaries. In this whispering journey through the possibilities of space elevators, think about the societal impact they might have. By making space travel more accessible, these structures could inspire a new space age, one where humans regularly venture beyond our atmosphere. This could lead to a profound shift in how we view ourselves as a species, united in our quest to explore the cosmos. Let me share one last intriguing notion. The very construction and operation of a space elevator could drive advancements in materials science, engineering, and robotics. The challenges of building such a structure would push the boundaries of our current capabilities, leading to new technologies that could have far-reaching applications. It's a reminder that the pursuit of ambitious goals often leads to unexpected and transformative progress. As we continue this soothing exploration of space elevators and skyhooks, let your mind wander to the stars. Imagine a future where these structures become as commonplace as bridges and airports, connecting us not just to far-off places on Earth, but to the vast, unexplored realms of space. In this tranquil moment, consider the limitless possibilities that await us as we inch closer to making these dreams a reality. Have you ever thought about the energy efficiency of a space elevator? Unlike traditional rockets, which expend enormous amounts of fuel to fight gravity, a space elevator could operate using renewable energy sources. Solar panels and other clean technologies might power the climbers, making the entire journey as sustainable as possible. Imagine a spacecraft silently gliding along a ribbon to the stars, powered by the sun. Speaking of energy, did you know that a space elevator could generate its own electricity? As the climbers ascend and descend, they could employ regenerative braking systems similar to those found in electric vehicles. This process could produce electricity, feeding it back into the system to power other operations. It's a self-sustaining ecosystem, echoing nature's own efficiencies. Now, consider the stability of such a massive structure. One might worry about a space elevator's vulnerability to natural forces like earthquakes or hurricanes. However, engineers have proposed designs where the base would be a floating platform, possibly located in the ocean. This would allow the structure to sway and adapt to conditions, much like an enormous ship anchored at sea. Can you imagine the global collaboration required to build a space elevator? It would likely be an international effort, uniting countries in a shared mission. This could pave the way for unprecedented diplomatic relations, where scientific goals transcend geographical and political boundaries. Indeed, the construction of a space elevator might become a symbol of global unity. Here's an intriguing twist. The materials used for the space elevator's tether have to be stronger than anything currently available. Researchers are exploring advanced materials like carbon nanotubes and graphene, which boast incredible tensile strength. The development of these materials not only propels us toward space elevators, but also promises breakthroughs in various industries, from construction to medicine. Have you ever wondered how a space elevator would handle the issue of space debris? The path to space is littered with remnants of past missions, posing a significant hazard. One concept involves equipping the climbers and tether with sensors and protective measures that could deflect or even collect debris. Such innovations could enhance the safety of not just the elevator, but all space travel. Picture the elevator as a conduit for new life. Imagine future generations growing up with the possibility of living and working in space. The advent of space elevators could support the construction of off-world habitats, potentially leading to permanent human settlements on the Moon, Mars, and beyond. It's a vision of human migration that extends our reach into the cosmos. Let me share a whimsical thought. The development of space elevators might inspire new forms of art and architecture. Artists and designers could create sculptures and installations that celebrate our connection to space, perhaps even adorning the space elevator itself with works that reflect the beauty of our universe. These installations could serve as both cultural touchstones and inspirations for those who travel the elevator. Have you ever imagined the impact on tourism? With reduced travel costs, space tourism could become a reality for many more people. Families might plan vacations to the moon, much like they do today for exotic earthly destinations. This could open new economic opportunities and make space travel a commonplace adventure. Speaking of economics, a space elevator could dramatically reduce the cost of transporting goods to space. Currently, launching a kilogram of material costs several $1,000s. With a space elevator, these costs could drop to just a fraction, revolutionizing industries that rely on satellite deployment, space research, and extraterrestrial resource extraction. While we're on the topic of industries, consider the potential for manufacturing in space. Microgravity environments have unique properties that could be harnessed to produce high-quality materials that are difficult to create on Earth. A space elevator could facilitate easy transport of raw materials to orbiting factories, leading to innovations in pharmaceuticals, electronics, and beyond. The space elevator could serve as a super-connected node, enhancing our global networks. By hosting communication satellites and relays, it could improve internet access worldwide, even in remote areas. This could bridge the digital divide, ensuring more equitable access to information and opportunities. Imagine the educational potential. A space elevator's operations could become a real-world classroom, sparking interest in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics (STEM) among students worldwide. Educational programs and interactive experiences might allow young minds to explore space virtually, nurturing the next generation of explorers and innovators. As we ponder these possibilities, let's not forget the potential for scientific discovery. A space elevator could facilitate unprecedented research opportunities, providing a stable platform for experiments in areas like physics, biology, and earth sciences. It could even enable missions to study distant celestial bodies, expanding our understanding of the universe. And here's a comforting notion. The very process of building a space elevator could unite humanity in a shared sense of purpose. It could inspire us to work together toward a common goal, fostering a spirit of cooperation and camaraderie that transcends our differences. In this quiet moment of reflection, consider how this endeavor might not only bring us closer to the stars, but also to one another. Let me take you on a journey of imagination and reality intertwined through the concept of skyhooks. While space elevators are tethered to the Earth's surface, skyhooks float freely in the upper atmosphere or in space, maintained by rotational motion. This rotation allows them to hook onto spacecraft and transport them between orbits. It's an elegant dance with physics, leveraging the principles of momentum transfer to achieve efficiency. Speaking of momentum, did you know that skyhooks could potentially reduce the amount of fuel required for spacecraft launches? By capturing a vehicle at high altitudes, they can provide a significant energy boost, allowing the craft to reach higher orbits with less fuel expenditure. This could make space travel more sustainable, reducing costs and the environmental impact of launches. Imagine the design of these skyhooks. They would need to be incredibly precise and resilient, able to withstand the harsh conditions of space while maintaining their rotation. A challenge, no doubt, but one that could push the boundaries of engineering and material science. Researchers are constantly exploring how to make these structures as lightweight and durable as possible. Now, consider the potential for skyhooks to act as transportation hubs in space. By connecting various orbital paths, they could facilitate the movement of goods and people between different satellites, space stations, and celestial bodies. This could create a network of travel similar to the airline routes we see on Earth today, but floating gracefully in the vastness of space. Did you ever wonder how skyhooks might impact planetary exploration? By providing a stable platform at various points in space, they could serve as launch points for missions to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. This could drastically reduce travel times and open up new possibilities for scientific research and exploration. It's as if these skyhooks are stepping stones leading us deeper into the cosmos. In the realm of human spaceflight, skyhooks could transform how we think about space habitats. By allowing for easier construction and maintenance of orbital structures, they could support the development of larger, more sustainable living environments in space. Imagine a future where families live and work among the stars, their homes connected by an intricate web of skyhooks. Here's a fascinating thought. The economic implications of skyhooks could be as vast as space itself. By making space access more affordable and routine, they could spur new industries, from tourism to asteroid mining. This could lead to a space-based economy that complements and even surpasses the one on Earth, offering new opportunities for growth and innovation. Reflect on the collaborative effort needed to bring skyhooks to life. Much like space elevators, their development would require a global coalition of scientists, engineers, and policymakers, working together to overcome technical and logistical challenges. This could foster increased international cooperation, creating a tapestry of shared knowledge and ambition. Now, let's delve into the educational opportunities presented by skyhooks. As these concepts become reality, they could inspire a new generation of learners to pursue careers in STEM fields. Educational programs might feature interactive simulations of skyhook mechanics, sparking curiosity and creativity in young minds. Can you imagine students worldwide being captivated by the wonders of space technology? Have you ever pondered the cultural impact of such advancements? Skyhooks, like space elevators, could inspire a new wave of art and literature, capturing the imagination of creators everywhere. Artists might envision what it means to live in a world where the boundaries between Earth and space blur, crafting works that speak to the human spirit's endless pursuit of exploration. Thinking about the long-term benefits to our planet, skyhooks could play a role in addressing environmental concerns. By reducing the need for rocket launches, they could help lower our carbon footprint and mitigate the space debris problem. This could pave the way for more sustainable and responsible space exploration practices. And here's a soothing notion. The very idea of skyhooks and their potential to bridge the gap between Earth and space can serve as a metaphor for connection and unity. As we look to the stars and dream of what might be, we are reminded of our shared journey, one that transcends borders and cultures. As you drift deeper into this dreamscape of possibilities, consider how skyhooks and space elevators, these marvels of human ingenuity, could redefine our relationship with the cosmos. They are not just technological achievements, but symbols of our relentless curiosity and determination to reach beyond what is known, to touch the very fabric of the universe itself. Sleep well, knowing that the wonders of tomorrow are just a tether or a hook away. Let me share something interesting about the materials envisaged for space elevators. The primary candidate is a form of carbon called carbon nanotubes. These remarkable structures are incredibly strong, yet lightweight, making them perfect for the task of bearing the immense tension required to stretch from the Earth's surface into space. Imagine a thread, no thicker than a human hair, yet capable of supporting thousands of tons. It's as if nature designed them specifically for such ambitious undertakings. Have you ever wondered how long a space elevator's tether might be? To extend from the Earth to geostationary orbit and beyond, it would need to be about 36,000 kilometers in length. That's nearly the circumference of our planet. This incredible distance allows the tether to stay taut, balanced by the gravitational pull of the Earth and the centrifugal force at its outer end. The concept is as delicate as it is grand, a harmonious blend of natural forces. Speaking of balance, did you know that a counterweight is essential for a space elevator to function? Positioned beyond geostationary orbit, this counterweight helps maintain tension in the tether. The weight itself could be a captured asteroid or a large space station, adding another layer of intrigue and complexity. Imagine the engineering feats required to secure and stabilize such a massive structure in space. Here's a fascinating thought about the journey itself. The climbers, or elevator cars that travel up and down the tether, would be powered by electricity, likely through laser beams beamed from Earth. This method is not only efficient, but also environmentally friendly, as it avoids the emissions associated with conventional rocket launches. It's like riding a wave of light into the cosmos, a gentle ascent into the heavens. Did you know that the concept of space elevators has been around for quite some time? The idea was first popularized by a Russian scientist, Konstantin Tsiolkovsky, in the late 19th century. Inspired by the Eiffel Tower, he envisioned a giant tower reaching into space. Since then, the idea has evolved, but the core dream remains the same: to build a bridge to the stars. And here's another surprising fact. The cost of constructing a space elevator could be astronomical, yet its long-term benefits might outweigh the initial investment. By drastically reducing the cost of sending materials and people into space, it could open up new economic frontiers, making space exploration more accessible to countries and private enterprises alike. It's a bit like building a highway to the stars, paving the way for countless future journeys. Imagine the Skyhooks' potential to revolutionize satellite deployment. By serving as a midway point, Skyhooks could allow satellites to be launched into higher orbits with much less energy. This would not only make satellite deployment more affordable, but could also extend the lifespan and capabilities of these vital communication tools. Have you ever considered the implications of these technologies for disaster response? Space elevators and skyhooks could enable rapid delivery of aid and supplies to remote areas affected by natural disasters. With a reliable and quick route into space, emergency relief could be coordinated from orbit, offering a new dimension to humanitarian efforts. Here's a fascinating insight into the cultural side of things. Skyhooks and space elevators might inspire a new era of architectural design. As these structures become part of our reality, architects might draw inspiration from their elegant forms and engineering marvels, leading to innovative designs that blur the line between function. Have you ever thought about the role of space elevators in scientific research? They could enable large-scale experiments and the deployment of instruments that are too heavy or delicate to be launched by traditional means. This could lead to breakthroughs in our understanding of fundamental physics and the origins of the universe. Speaking of the universe, consider how these technologies might transform space tourism. With reduced costs and safer, more comfortable journeys, a space elevator could make space travel a reality for many more people. Imagine taking a leisurely ride to a hotel in orbit, watching the Earth slowly shrink below you as stars fill your view. It's a dream that might soon be within our reach. And on a more personal note, think about how these advancements might change our perception of Earth. From space, national borders disappear, and we see our planet as a singular, fragile entity. The perspective gained from even a short time beyond Earth's atmosphere could foster a greater appreciation for our shared home and a stronger commitment to preserving it. Reflecting on the future, skyhooks and space elevators could play a pivotal role in the colonization of other planets. By providing a reliable way to transport people and materials, they could support the construction of settlements on the Moon, Mars, and beyond. This could be the dawn of a multi-planetary civilization, with humans living and thriving across the solar system. Can you imagine the possibilities for international cooperation? The development of these structures could unite nations in a shared goal, fostering peace and collaboration. Just as the International Space Station brought countries together, so too could the endeavor to build a path to the stars. Finally, let me leave you with a comforting thought. The journey toward realizing these dreams is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. As we continue to innovate and push the boundaries of what's possible, we are reminded of our capacity to dream big. May this thought guide you into a peaceful slumber, where dreams of space and the limitless possibilities of the future await. Let me share something interesting about the materials needed for space elevators. One of the most challenging aspects is finding a material strong enough to withstand the immense tension of the tether. Traditional materials simply aren't up to the task, so scientists are exploring advanced materials like carbon nanotubes and graphene. These materials are incredibly strong and lightweight, offering the potential to make the dream of a space elevator a reality. Imagine these tiny structures, just atoms thick, could eventually hold the key to reaching the stars. Here's a fascinating fact about the energy requirements. Although the concept of a space elevator might seem energy-intensive, in reality it could be more efficient than traditional rocket launches. This is because the energy can be supplied continuously as the climber ascends, rather than in a single powerful burst. The possibility of utilizing solar power to supplement this energy adds an exciting dimension, aligning the project with sustainable practices. Did you know that space elevators could reduce the amount of space debris? By providing a direct path to space, they could minimize the need for rocket launches, which often leave behind stages and fragments that contribute to the growing problem of space junk. This could make our orbits cleaner and safer for future missions. Speaking of safety, consider the potential of space elevators to make space travel less hazardous. Rockets are inherently risky, with potential for catastrophic failure. In contrast, a space elevator would offer a gradual, controlled ascent, reducing the likelihood of accidents. This could open up space travel to a broader audience, making it not only more accessible but also more secure. Have you ever thought about the environmental benefits? The emissions from rockets contribute to pollution in the upper atmosphere, where they can linger for years. Space elevators, by contrast, would eliminate these emissions entirely, representing a significant step forward in our efforts to protect the environment. Here's something that might surprise you. The potential uses of space elevators extend beyond Earth. They could be constructed on other celestial bodies such as the Moon or Mars, where the lower gravity would make the engineering challenges easier to overcome. This could facilitate the transportation of materials and people, accelerating the exploration and colonization of the solar system. Imagine the possibilities for industry. With a space elevator, mining asteroids for valuable resources like platinum and rare earth metals could become feasible. These materials could be transported back to Earth or used in space to construct habitats and other infrastructure, sparking a new era of space-based industry. Here's another fascinating thought: the role of artificial intelligence in managing these complex systems. AI could be instrumental in monitoring the health of the tether, optimizing energy use, and coordinating the movement of climbers. This integration of advanced technologies could enhance reliability and efficiency, ensuring that space elevators operate smoothly and safely. Have you ever considered how cultural perceptions of space might change? As space travel becomes more routine, we might see a shift in how we view our place in the universe. The vastness of space might start to feel closer, more like an extension of our earthly environment. This could foster a new sense of global unity and curiosity about the cosmos. Speaking of curiosity, think about the educational opportunities these projects could inspire. Schools and universities might develop programs dedicated to studying the myriad aspects of space elevators, from engineering and materials science to economics and environmental impact. This could inspire the next generation of scientists and engineers, driving innovation and progress. And here's something intriguing about the concept of skyhooks. Unlike space elevators, which require a fixed anchor point on the ground, skyhooks can be free-floating, operating in low Earth orbit. They could dip into the atmosphere to grab payloads and sling them into higher orbits, using the Earth's rotation for momentum. This method could significantly reduce the energy needed to reach space, enhancing the efficiency of launches. Imagine the impact on our economy. With lower costs and increased access to space, we could see a boom in space-related businesses. From tourism to manufacturing, the possibilities are endless, potentially leading to the creation of new markets and industries that we can only begin to imagine. On a more personal note, consider how these advancements might shift our relationship with technology. As we integrate more sophisticated systems into our lives, we might develop a deeper appreciation for the intricate networks that support our daily existence. This could lead to a greater awareness of our interconnectedness, both on Earth and beyond. Finally, let me leave you with a thought about the spirit of exploration. The pursuit of space elevators and skyhooks embodies the core of human curiosity and our relentless drive to explore the unknown. As we stand on the verge of these incredible breakthroughs, we are reminded of our shared potential to reach beyond our current horizons and discover new worlds. May this thought guide you into a restful slumber where the dreams of tomorrow await you, filled with wonder and possibility. As we delve even deeper into the intriguing world of space elevators and skyhooks, let's explore some surprising angles that highlight the incredible potential and complexity of these concepts. One compelling aspect is the sheer scale involved in constructing a space elevator. To give you a sense of the magnitude, the tether could stretch over 35,000 kilometers from Earth to space. This is almost the circumference of our planet, a mind-boggling distance that challenges our engineering capabilities. Can you imagine how such an immense structure would appear from the ground, a slender line stretching upwards, seemingly into infinity? Now consider the remarkable speed at which climbers would ascend this tether. They could travel at hundreds of kilometers per hour, making the journey to geostationary orbit a matter of days rather than weeks or months. This efficient travel time could revolutionize how we transport materials and people into space, paving the way for more frequent and routine trips beyond our atmosphere. Speaking of speed, let's turn our gaze to skyhooks. These structures could orbit Earth at speeds exceeding 20 to 8,000 kilometers per hour. By dipping into the atmosphere to catch payloads, they could leverage their orbital momentum to slingshot cargo into higher orbits. This innovative technique could drastically reduce the energy required for launches, making space access more economical and sustainable. Here's another fascinating thought: the way space elevators might handle the dynamic forces acting upon them. These structures must withstand not just gravity, but also the centrifugal forces from Earth's rotation and potential impacts from space debris. Designers are exploring sophisticated damping systems that could absorb and dissipate these forces, ensuring the stability and longevity of the tether. Wouldn't it be incredible to see how such an intricate system operates, balancing the powerful forces of nature with human ingenuity? Let's switch gears to the materials that could make space elevators a reality. While carbon nanotubes and graphene are strong candidates, researchers are also investigating the potential of boron nitride nanotubes. These materials are not only incredibly strong, but can also withstand extreme temperatures, a critical feature given the harsh environment of space. Imagine the advancements in material science as we push the boundaries of what's possible in construction and engineering. Considering the global cooperation required for these projects, space elevators could become a symbol of international collaboration. The scale and cost of such an endeavor would necessitate contributions from many countries, fostering cooperation that transcends borders. This spirit of unity could extend beyond the project itself, possibly influencing how nations interact and work together in other fields. Have you ever thought about the potential for space elevators to contribute to disaster management on Earth? By enabling rapid transportation of satellites and other technologies, they could enhance communication and monitoring capabilities during natural disasters. This improved connectivity could facilitate faster response times and better coordination of relief efforts, ultimately saving lives and minimizing damage. Here's something that might not have crossed your mind: the cultural and artistic expressions that could emerge from space elevators. Imagine artists drawing inspiration from these towering structures, creating works that capture the awe and wonder they evoke. Literature, music, and visual art could all explore the themes of connectivity, exploration, and the blending of the mechanical with the natural world. Speaking of art, think about how space elevators might change our view of the night sky. With a permanent structure ascending into space, we might see new constellations form as the tether reflects sunlight and moonlight, creating a celestial dance unlike anything we've witnessed before. This could inspire a new generation of stargazers and dreamers, fueling our collective imagination. On a more practical note, consider the economic implications of space elevators. By drastically reducing the cost of sending payloads into space, they could make space-based solar power stations viable. These stations could collect solar energy and beam it back to Earth, providing a sustainable and virtually limitless energy source. Such a breakthrough could address global energy needs and reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, contributing to environmental sustainability. Another intriguing aspect is the potential for space elevators to support scientific research. With more affordable access to space, scientists could launch a multitude of small satellites to study our planet's climate, atmosphere, and ecosystems in unprecedented detail. This could lead to new insights into the challenges we face on Earth and inform our efforts to protect and preserve our environment. Here's a curious thought: the psychological effects of traveling via space elevators. Unlike the intense, high adrenaline experience of a rocket launch, a journey on a space elevator could offer a serene and contemplative ascent. Travelers might experience a gradual transition from the familiar sights of Earth to the awe-inspiring vistas of space, fostering reflection and a deeper appreciation for both our planet and the universe beyond. Reflecting on the possibilities, Space elevators could also play a role in space tourism. By providing a safer, more controlled means of reaching orbit, they could make the dream of visiting space more accessible to people from all walks of life. Imagine gazing down at our beautiful blue planet from the comfort of a climber, experiencing the transformative perspective that astronauts often describe. Finally, let's ponder the ethical considerations surrounding space elevators. The deployment and use of such technology would necessitate careful thought regarding space traffic management and the potential environmental impacts. As we move forward with these ambitious projects, it will be vital to balance progress with responsibility, ensuring that our ventures into space are sustainable and equitable for all. As you drift into restful sleep, perhaps these thoughts will accompany you, weaving into dreams of possibility and exploration, where the boundaries of science and imagination blend seamlessly. As we continue this journey through the cosmos, let's explore something intriguing about space elevators: their potential to revolutionize transportation on Earth. Imagine a future where the technology and expertise developed from building a space elevator could be repurposed to create ultra-efficient high-speed transit systems connecting cities across the globe. This could lead to a new era of interconnectedness, where distances shrink and cultures blend seamlessly. Fascinating, isn't it? And here's another thought to ponder: the environmental benefits of space elevators. Unlike traditional rockets, which consume vast amounts of fuel and produce significant emissions, space elevators would operate using renewable energy sources such as solar power. This shift could dramatically reduce the carbon footprint of space travel, preserving our planet's delicate ecosystems while advancing our exploration goals. Speaking of the Earth's ecosystems, the development of space elevators could also offer new ways to monitor and protect them. The unique vantage point from space could enable more detailed tracking of deforestation, ocean health, and wildlife migrations, providing critical data to inform conservation efforts. It's remarkable how technology designed for reaching the stars could also help us care for our planet. On a more futuristic note, consider the potential for space elevators to serve as launch points for deep space missions. With a stable platform reaching beyond Earth's atmosphere, spacecraft could be assembled and dispatched with greater ease and efficiency, paving the way for human exploration of the Moon, Mars, and beyond. This vision of interplanetary travel could soon become a reality, expanding our horizons and redefining our place in the universe. Here's a curious idea: the role space elevators might play in the search for extraterrestrial life. By facilitating the deployment of advanced telescopes and probes, they could enhance our ability to scan the cosmos for signs of life beyond Earth. Imagine the profound implications of discovering that we are not alone in the vast expanse of space. As we delve deeper into the possibilities, let's not overlook the potential for space elevators to impact global economies. By opening up new opportunities for space-based industries, such as asteroid mining and zero-gravity manufacturing, they could stimulate economic growth and create jobs in fields that currently exist only in science fiction. The ripple effects of such advancements could transform societies and elevate standards of living worldwide. Another intriguing aspect to consider is the cultural shifts that might accompany the widespread use of space elevators. With space becoming more accessible, our collective mindset could shift from a focus on national borders to a broader, more universal perspective. This could foster a sense of global unity and shared purpose, encouraging us to work together to address the challenges facing our planet. Have you ever wondered about the potential for space elevators to inspire educational initiatives? By making space exploration more tangible and relatable, They could ignite a passion for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics among young people. This could result in a new generation of innovators and problem solvers, equipped to tackle the complex issues of our time with creativity and determination. Continuing with this theme, think about how space elevators might influence the arts. As humanity reaches for the stars, artists could find new inspiration in the beauty and mystery of the cosmos, creating works that capture the imagination and evoke a sense of wonder. This cultural renaissance could enrich our lives and deepen our connection to one another and the universe. And speaking of connections, consider the potential for space elevators to enhance global communication networks. By providing a stable platform for satellite deployment, they could improve internet access and telecommunications, particularly in remote and underserved regions. This increased connectivity could bridge the digital divide and empower individuals and communities to participate more fully in the global economy. Here's a thought-provoking idea: the ethical challenges of space elevators. As we extend our reach into space, we must carefully consider the implications of our actions, from space debris management to the equitable distribution of resources. By fostering a culture of responsibility and stewardship, we can ensure that our exploration of space benefits all of humanity. Looking even further into the future, envision the possibility of space elevators serving as gateways to space habitats. With more affordable and reliable access to orbit, we could see the development of orbital colonies and research stations, providing new opportunities for scientific discovery and human habitation. This expansion of our presence in space could reshape our understanding of what it means to live and thrive beyond Earth. Finally, let's reflect on the legacy of space elevators. As symbols of human achievement and cooperation, they could inspire generations to come, reminding us of our capacity for innovation and our endless curiosity about the universe. By reaching for the stars, we affirm our commitment to exploration and discovery, charting a course toward a future filled with possibility and wonder. As you drift into a peaceful slumber, perhaps these thoughts of space elevators and the boundless opportunities they present will accompany you, weaving into dreams of a world where imagination and reality meet. Let the gentle hum of possibility lull you into a restful state, knowing that the potential for exploration and discovery continues to expand with each passing moment. Let your thoughts wander into the concept of skyhooks. Unlike the fixed structure of a space elevator, skyhooks are envisioned as rotating tethers in orbit, potentially offering a more flexible solution for reaching space. Imagine a massive cable spinning through space, catching payloads and gently flinging them into higher orbits. This approach could significantly reduce the energy needed for space travel, making it more accessible and sustainable. Here's an intriguing detail: the materials required for building skyhooks and space elevators are as futuristic as the concepts themselves. Scientists are exploring advanced materials like carbon nanotubes and graphene, which offer incredible strength-to-weight ratios. These materials are not yet available for large-scale use, but ongoing research and development could soon bring these science fiction dreams closer to reality. Speaking of materials, did you know that the length of a space elevator cable would need to be over 35,000 kilometers? That's nearly 3 times the diameter of the Earth. This astonishing length is required to reach geostationary orbit, where the gravitational pull of our planet and the centrifugal force of the spinning Earth are balanced. It's a feat of engineering that challenges our current technological limits, but also inspires breakthroughs in material science. Consider the potential for skyhooks to operate in tandem with space elevators, creating a network of transportation pathways stretching into space. This could revolutionize how we think about travel, not just on Earth but throughout our solar system. As these structures develop, they might serve as relay points for missions to distant planets, effectively creating a highway system in space. Here's a fascinating thought. The economic implications of such a network could be profound. By making space travel more routine and less costly, entire new economies could emerge, from mining asteroids for rare minerals to manufacturing in zero-gravity environments. The possibilities stretch as wide as the imagination. These industries could drive job creation and innovation, much like the Internet revolution did in recent decades. Have you ever pondered how space elevators might change our approach to disaster relief and humanitarian aid? With rapid and reliable access to orbit, satellites could be launched at short notice to monitor natural disasters or conflict zones, providing real-time data to aid organizations. This could enhance our ability to respond quickly and effectively, saving lives and resources when they are most needed. And consider the cultural impact of such advancements. As space becomes an everyday frontier, it may inspire stories and art that reflect our evolving relationship with the cosmos. In this way, space elevators and skyhooks could influence music, film, literature, and visual arts, fueling a new wave of creative expression that celebrates humanity's journey among the stars. Here's something else to contemplate: the potential for space elevators to support climate research. By placing sensors and instruments at various points along the elevator, scientists could gather unprecedented data on atmospheric changes, weather patterns, and even cosmic radiation. Such insights could deepen our understanding of climate dynamics and inform strategies to mitigate environmental challenges. Now, let's reflect on the collaborative nature of building space elevators. This endeavor would require international cooperation on an unprecedented scale, fostering partnerships across cultures and disciplines. The shared goal of reaching for the stars could unite nations, promoting peace and mutual understanding in our quest to explore the universe. Speaking of unity, think about how space elevators might bring people together, even in the realm of education. By providing hands-on experiences and opportunities to participate in space missions, they could democratize access to knowledge and inspire students from diverse backgrounds. This could nurture a global community of learners, eager to explore and innovate. Another interesting aspect is the potential for space elevators to redefine our sense of place. As we gain the ability to easily move between Earth and orbit, our perspective on home might expand to include the entire solar system. This shift could encourage us to adopt a more holistic view of our environment and our responsibilities as stewards of the cosmos. Imagine also the strides in technology that space elevators could drive. The need for precision engineering, advanced robotics, and autonomous systems to operate these structures could lead to innovations that benefit life on Earth. From improved materials to smarter machines, the ripple effects of space elevator development could enhance industries far beyond aerospace. Here's a profound thought: the psychological impact of space elevators and skyhooks. As these structures become a reality, they might reshape our collective imagination, instilling a sense of awe and wonder at what humanity can achieve. This could foster a spirit of exploration and discovery, encouraging us to dream bigger and aim higher in all areas of life. Lastly, consider the legacy of skyhooks and space elevators as symbols of human potential. These ambitious projects remind us of our ability to turn visionary ideas into reality, pushing the boundaries of what is possible. As we drift into dreams, let the knowledge of these incredible possibilities fill you with hope for the future, where the sky is not the limit but merely the beginning. Now, imagine the journey upwards on a space elevator. It's not a quick ride, taking somewhere between 5 to 10 days to reach geostationary orbit. During this time, passengers could witness the slow transformation of the Earth below, from lush greens and blues to a distant pale blue dot against the darkness of space. This extended journey offers a unique opportunity for reflection and appreciation of our planet's fragile beauty. Here's a captivating thought. The tower of a space elevator would be stationary in relation to the Earth's surface, like a needle piercing the sky, while the counterweight, perhaps an asteroid or large satellite, would orbit at the other end, maintaining balance. This elegant dance between structure and space object ensures the system's stability and efficiency. Speaking of efficiency, did you realize that space elevators could drastically reduce the costs of transporting goods and people to orbit? Current rocket launches cost tens of thousands of dollars per kilogram, whereas a space elevator might reduce this to mere hundreds. Over time, this could open space travel to a wider audience, transforming it from an exclusive venture into a commonplace journey. And here's a delightful notion. Space elevators might even become eco-friendly alternatives to rockets, which rely on chemical propellants and generate significant pollution. By tapping into clean energy sources like solar or wind, elevators could offer a greener path to the stars, minimizing the environmental impact of human exploration. Now, let's turn our gaze towards Skyhooks. Interestingly, these marvels of engineering could enable spacecraft to reach higher orbit with only about 30% of the fuel required for a standard rocket launch. By capturing and flinging spacecraft using rotational momentum, Skyhooks could conserve energy, much like how a slingshot propels a stone. Here's another curious fact. Skyhooks need to be constructed from extremely light, yet incredibly strong materials. That's why research into advanced alloys and composites such as boron nitride nanotubes is so crucial. These materials might eventually allow us to build the long, flexible cables required for Skyhooks to function safely and effectively. Imagine the logistical capabilities that Skyhooks could bring. Picture a future where they act as transfer stations, connecting ships from low Earth orbit to deeper space destinations. This would streamline the transport of supplies and personnel, facilitating exploration missions to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. Considering the mechanics, did you know that Skyhooks must spin at just the right speed to effectively capture and release payloads? This precision ensures that the hook's momentum aligns perfectly with the trajectory of the cargo, optimizing the transfer process and minimizing stress on the system. Here's something intriguing. Both space elevators and Skyhooks may pave the way for new methods of planetary defense. By providing rapid access to space, they could enable timely deployment of satellites designed to track and mitigate asteroids or other celestial threats, enhancing our ability to protect Earth from potential impacts. And think about this. These structures could foster new scientific endeavors, like establishing space-based observatories along a space elevator or Skyhook. These vantage points, far above atmospheric distortion, would offer unprecedented clarity for astronomers peering into the universe, deepening our understanding of the cosmos. Moreover, the commercial implications are vast. Space tourism could become a thriving industry, with elevators and Skyhooks offering breathtaking views and zero-gravity experiences en route to orbit. This would not only generate economic growth, but also inspire a new generation to engage with space science and exploration. In terms of societal impact, consider how space elevators could democratize space access, allowing countries and organizations with fewer resources to participate in the space economy. By lowering the barriers to entry, developing nations could contribute to and benefit from space-based ventures, promoting global equity and collaboration. Unlike rockets or shuttles, space elevators and skyhooks could operate continuously, providing a reliable and regular means of transportation to space. This constancy would transform our relationship with the heavens, making space an integral part of our economic and cultural fabric. Lastly, envision the future implications for space settlement. With easier access to orbit, we could establish habitats and research stations beyond Earth more readily, laying the groundwork for human expansion into the solar system. This might one day lead to colonies on other planets, fulfilling humanity's age-old dream of becoming a multi-planetary species. As you drift into restful slumber, let these visions of space elevators and skyhooks expand the horizons of your dreams. These marvels, once mere figments of science fiction, are now within the realm of possibility, promising a future where the cosmos is not just a distant spectacle, but a tangible part of our everyday lives. Imagine for a moment the prospect of a space elevator creating a lifeline between Earth and the cosmos. Did you ever consider that such a grand structure would have to account for the Earth's rotation, which moves at over 1,000 kilometers per hour at the equator? This constant motion means the elevator must be perfectly synchronized with Earth's spin to maintain its position. To achieve this, the base would be anchored near the equator, where centrifugal forces help keep the structure taut and stable. Now, let's explore the materials that might make these awe-inspiring structures a reality. You might find it surprising to learn that carbon nanotubes, a material over 100 times stronger than steel, yet only 1/6 as heavy, are considered a key candidate for the cables of a space elevator. This strength-to-weight ratio is crucial because the cable must be long and light enough to support its own weight while extending tens of thousands of kilometers into space. Speaking of materials, did you know that the tether of a skyhook would need to withstand extreme temperature variations? In space, temperatures can swing from -200 degrees Celsius to over 100 degrees Celsius in direct sunlight. Therefore, the materials used must not only be strong and lightweight, but also resilient to these harsh conditions. Here's a fascinating thought. The construction of a space elevator could create new opportunities for international collaboration. Much like the International Space Station, which brought together scientists and engineers from around the world, building a space elevator would require the expertise and resources of many nations. This joint effort could foster peace and unity, driven by the shared goal of reaching the stars. Now, consider the potential impact on global communications. A space elevator could serve as a platform for satellites, improving connectivity and data transmission across the globe. This enhancement could revolutionize internet access in remote regions, providing educational and economic opportunities for millions. On a different note, think about the elevator's counterweight, which plays a crucial role in its functionality. You might be intrigued to know that one proposal suggests capturing a small asteroid to serve as this counterweight. This idea not only addresses the technical requirements of the elevator, but also presents an ingenious way to repurpose space debris. And speaking of ingenious solutions, did you realize that skyhooks could support space mining operations? By facilitating the transfer of materials from asteroids or the Moon to Earth, skyhooks could make the extraction of rare minerals viable, potentially transforming industries here on our home planet. Picture this. The presence of a space elevator could give rise to entirely new industries. Imagine service stations located along the elevator's path, providing maintenance and refueling to spacecraft, much like how gas stations support vehicles on a highway. This infrastructure could transform space into a bustling hub of activity. Here's another captivating concept: the psychological effects of traveling on a space elevator. The extended journey might offer passengers a profound sense of perspective, akin to the overview effect experienced by astronauts. This unique vantage point could inspire a deeper appreciation for Earth as a singular, interconnected entity in the vast universe. Reflect on this. Both space elevators and skyhooks could become crucial tools in the fight against space debris by providing a stable platform for the deployment and retrieval of satellites. These structures could help manage the growing clutter in Earth's orbit, ensuring the safety of future space missions. Moving beyond Earth, consider the possibilities for interplanetary travel. Space elevators on other planets, such as Mars, could dramatically reduce the cost and complexity of exploration missions. This infrastructure might even facilitate the colonization of new worlds, making humanity's dream of a multiplanetary existence a reality. It's also worth pondering the educational benefits. The development of space elevators and skyhooks could inspire a new wave of interest in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. By capturing the imaginations of young minds, these projects could drive innovation and discovery for generations to come. Did you ever wonder what kind of energy would power a space elevator? Solar power is one potential solution, harnessing the abundant energy of the sun to drive the ascent and descent of the elevator. This sustainable approach could ensure that our journey to space leaves a minimal footprint on our planet. Finally, imagine the cultural impact. Just as the moon landing captivated the world in the 1960s, the construction and operation of a space elevator or skyhook could become a defining moment in human history. These structures might symbolize our transition into a spacefaring civilization, united by the pursuit of knowledge and exploration. As these thoughts gently weave through your mind, allow them to guide your dreams toward a future where the boundaries of space are no longer distant horizons, but inviting pathways. Space elevators and skyhooks, with their blend of science, engineering, and imagination, offer a glimpse into a world where humanity reaches beyond its terrestrial roots, exploring the cosmos with grace and wonder. Let me share something intriguing about the concept of space elevators and skyhooks. Did you know that the idea of a space elevator was first popularized by the Russian scientist Konstantin Tsiolkovsky in the late 19th century? This visionary inventor was inspired by the Eiffel Tower and imagined a tower stretching all the way into space. Although it sounds like science fiction, his idea laid the groundwork for what many scientists are investigating today. And speaking of visionaries, you might be fascinated to learn that science fiction writer Arthur C. Clarke also explored the concept of space elevators in his novel The Fountains of Paradise. Clarke's depiction is one of the reasons why space elevators have captured the public imagination, illustrating how fiction can inspire real-world technological innovations. Here's another surprising fact. The potential for space elevators to facilitate space tourism is quite significant. Imagine a leisurely ride into space, where passengers could witness the gradual transition from the blue of Earth's atmosphere to the infinite black of space. Such a journey could democratize access to space, making it possible for more people to experience the wonders beyond our planet. Moreover, the construction of a space elevator could influence Earth's economy in unexpected ways. The reduction in launch costs could make space-based industries more viable, leading to new markets and economic growth. This could potentially lead to a new era of economic prosperity, grounded in the utilization of space resources. Consider this. The environmental impact of space elevators could be surprisingly positive. Traditional rocket launches involve the combustion of large amounts of fuel, which can contribute to atmospheric pollution. In contrast, a space elevator powered by renewable energy sources like solar power could significantly reduce the environmental toll of accessing space. Did you ever imagine that space elevators might inspire new architectural marvels on Earth? The engineering and design challenges of building such a structure could lead to advancements in materials science and construction techniques, influencing everything from skyscrapers to bridges. It's also worth noting that the establishment of a space elevator could shift geopolitical dynamics. Countries involved in its construction and operation might find themselves at the forefront of a new space-based economy, potentially reshaping global power structures in a peaceful, collaborative manner. Here's something else to consider. The psychological effects of living on a planetary body with a space elevator could be profound. For residents of a space colony, the ability to easily travel between their home and Earth might create a unique blend of identities, fostering a sense of belonging to both worlds. On a more technical note, have you ever wondered about the role of artificial intelligence in managing a space elevator? Given the complexity of the task, advanced AI systems could be employed to monitor and control the elevator's operations, ensuring safety and efficiency. This could also spur further advancements in AI technology. Exploring the notion of skyhooks, have you considered how they might revolutionize the transport of goods between the Earth and space? Skyhooks could facilitate the rapid transfer of materials, potentially reducing the time and cost associated with space transport. This could open up new possibilities for manufacturing in orbit, where microgravity offers unique production advantages. Imagine the cultural exchanges that could occur as a result of increased access to space. With a space elevator or skyhook, scientists, artists, and thinkers from around the world could travel to space, sharing knowledge and creativity in unprecedented ways. This could lead to a renaissance of ideas, inspired by the vastness of the cosmos. Reflect on this intriguing possibility. The presence of a space elevator might spur developments in space medicine. Understanding the effects of prolonged exposure to space environments on the human body could lead to medical breakthroughs, potentially benefiting healthcare on Earth as well. Another captivating thought is how space elevators could assist in planetary defense. By providing a stable platform for launching interceptors or deploying observation satellites, they could play a critical role in monitoring and mitigating potential threats from asteroids or space debris. Finally, let your imagination wander to the potential for artistic expressions inspired by space elevators and skyhooks. Artists could draw inspiration from the graceful ascent of these structures, creating works that celebrate humanity's aspirations to reach the stars. This interplay between art and science could enrich our culture in profound and unexpected ways. As these thoughts gently unfold, envision a future where space elevators and skyhooks are not just elements of our dreams, but integral parts of our reality. Imagine the stories we will tell, the worlds we will explore, and the unity we will foster as we journey together beyond the confines of our home planet. Let me share with you an intriguing aspect of space elevators and skyhooks: their potential role in climate science. By providing a consistent platform for satellite launches and maintenance, these structures could enhance our ability to monitor Earth's climate patterns more effectively. Imagine being able to track atmospheric changes with unprecedented precision, informing climate policies and environmental strategies around the globe. Speaking of space exploration, you might be surprised to learn that space elevators could revolutionize asteroid mining. These colossal structures would enable cost-effective transportation of mined materials from asteroids to Earth, offering a sustainable source of precious metals and minerals. The economic implications of such a venture are staggering, creating a new frontier for resource acquisition. Here's a curious thought. What if space elevators could enhance global communication networks? By supporting the deployment of satellites at lower costs, these structures might lead to more resilient and widespread internet connectivity. This could bridge digital divides, bringing the online world to remote and underserved regions, fostering global communication on an unprecedented scale. Have you considered the impact of space elevators on space debris management? These towering constructs could facilitate the safe disposal or recycling of space debris, reducing the risk of collisions in Earth's orbit. This capability could ensure safer pathways for future spacecraft, safeguarding both human and robotic missions. And here's something fascinating. Space elevators could also stimulate advancements in propulsion technologies. By reducing the dependency on chemical rocket launches, these structures might encourage the development of cleaner, more efficient propulsion systems for space travel. Imagine a world where journeys to the Moon or Mars are not only more feasible, but also environmentally friendly. Contemplating the social implications, consider how space elevators might transform education. They could serve as platforms for immersive educational experiences, allowing students to engage with space sciences in dynamic ways. Virtual reality trips to space, augmented by real-time data from these structures, could inspire the next generation of scientists, engineers, and explorers. Did you ever think about how space elevators might promote international collaboration? The sheer scale and complexity of these projects would necessitate cooperation among nations, fostering a spirit of unity and shared goals. Such collaboration could pave the way for peaceful exploration and utilization of outer space, strengthening ties between countries. Reflect on the potential for space elevators to influence urban planning and development. The technological innovations required for their construction could lead to new approaches in city design, emphasizing sustainability and resilience. Imagine cities that are not only efficient, but also deeply connected to the advances of space technology. Here's a thought-provoking idea. Space elevators might even shape our cultural narratives. As these structures become symbols of human achievement, they could inspire a wave of literature, film, and art that explores themes of human ambition, exploration, and unity. Such cultural expressions could enrich our understanding of what it means to reach for the stars. On a more practical note, have you ever considered the logistics of food and supplies for space colonies? Space elevators could facilitate the regular transport of essential goods, ensuring that space habitats remain self-sufficient and sustainable. This capability could be a critical factor in the long-term success of space colonization efforts. Speaking of sustainability, imagine the role of space elevators in renewable energy generation. By serving as platforms for solar power stations in orbit, they could help harvest vast amounts of solar energy, potentially reducing our reliance on fossil fuels. This innovation could contribute to a cleaner, more sustainable energy future for Earth. Consider the psychological impact of space elevators on our perception of space. With easier access to the cosmos, these structures might shift our collective consciousness, fostering a sense of connection with the universe. This expanded worldview could inspire new philosophies, encouraging us to care for our planet while exploring the stars. Have you pondered the potential for space elevators to enhance disaster response? By providing rapid access to space, these structures could support the deployment of observation satellites and emergency response systems, improving our ability to monitor and respond to natural disasters around the world. And finally, let your imagination explore the concept of cultural exchange through art and science initiatives facilitated by space elevators. Artists and scientists from diverse backgrounds could collaborate on projects that blend creativity and innovation, leading to groundbreaking discoveries and expressions that transcend cultural boundaries. As these thoughts gently weave through your mind, picture a future where space elevators and skyhooks are not just engineering marvels, but catalysts for a new era of human progress. Visualize a world where technology, culture, and the cosmos are intertwined, inviting us to explore, create, and unite in ways we have yet to imagine. Imagine for a moment the extraordinary engineering challenges that space elevators present. One surprising aspect is the need for materials with remarkable tensile strength. Carbon nanotubes, which are 100 times stronger than steel but incredibly lightweight, might be the key to constructing these colossal structures. The development and refinement of such materials could revolutionize not only space elevators, but many other industries, leading to lighter and stronger components in everything from automotive to aerospace sectors. Speaking of which, did you know that space elevators could help mitigate the environmental impact of traditional rocket launches? By providing a reusable method for launching goods into space, they could drastically reduce the carbon emissions associated with space travel. This shift would contribute significantly to efforts aimed at minimizing the ecological footprint of space exploration. Consider the potential financial implications of space elevators. The initial cost of building such a structure might be astronomical, yet the long-term savings in transportation costs could be transformative for space industries. Imagine the reduction in expenses as payloads can be lifted to space without the need for costly rocket launches. This economic shift could make space more accessible to smaller companies and developing nations, nurturing a diverse range of contributors to the space economy. Now let's shift our gaze to the skyhooks, a concept often paired with space elevators. Skyhooks, which are essentially long tethers suspended in orbit, could act as a midway catch point for payloads traveling to higher orbits or even further into space. This innovative idea might provide an efficient way to ferry materials and people between Earth and other celestial destinations, resembling a celestial relay system that could propel us further into the cosmos. Here's a captivating thought. The presence of space elevators might influence global security dynamics. By offering an assured and reliable means of accessing space, these structures could alter military strategies and policies. Nations might focus more on collaborative space efforts rather than competitive dominance, promoting a more peaceful use of outer space. On a cultural note, the establishment of space elevators and skyhooks could spark a new wave of tourism. Imagine taking a leisurely journey along the elevator, witnessing Earth from a dizzying height as you ascend to the stars. This form of travel could become a defining experience of the 21st century, opening doors to a new kind of adventure that combines science with the innate human desire to explore. Here's something intriguing. Space elevators might redefine time zones. As travelers ascend from Earth, the notion of time could shift, influenced by the varying speeds at different altitudes. This could lead to unique experiences where time behaves differently based on your position relative to Earth, offering insights into the physics of time in a way never before experienced by the average person. The design and aesthetic of space elevators might inspire a new architectural movement on Earth, blending futuristic elements with sustainability. Artists and architects could draw inspiration from these towering constructs, leading to a renaissance of creativity that reflects humanity's aspirations and achievements. Have you ever considered the impact of space elevators on agriculture? By facilitating efficient transportation to low Earth orbit, these structures could support the development of orbital farms. Imagine crops growing in space, free from the constraints of weather and seasons, providing a sustainable food source for space colonies and perhaps even supplementing Earth's food supply. Speaking of supporting space life, consider how space elevators could aid in the establishment of extraterrestrial habitats. By providing a constant stream of supplies and materials, these structures might accelerate the construction of bases on the Moon or Mars. This could lead to permanent human settlements beyond Earth, marking a new era in human habitation. Furthermore, the symbolism of space elevators could serve as a powerful reminder of unity and progress. These structures, reaching from Earth into space, could symbolize a bridge not just between worlds but between peoples, reinforcing the idea that human achievement knows no bounds when driven by collaboration and shared vision. Imagine the educational opportunities that space elevators could unlock. By enabling more frequent and cost-effective missions to space, students across the globe might have the chance to conduct experiments in zero gravity, fostering a hands-on understanding of physics and engineering that could inspire future generations of innovators. Here's a thought about technological advancement. The pursuit of building space elevators and skyhooks could lead to breakthroughs in artificial intelligence and robotics. The complexity of constructing and maintaining these structures would likely require sophisticated AI systems, potentially leading to advancements that ripple across all sectors of technology and society. Lastly, consider the impact of space elevators on storytelling and imagination. As these structures become part of our reality, they could inspire new genres of fiction and storytelling, blending science with narrative to explore the human experience in the context of limitless exploration and discovery. This could enrich our cultural landscape, offering stories that reflect our hopes, fears, and dreams about our place in the universe. As you ponder these possibilities, let your thoughts drift toward the horizon of our future. The journey toward building space elevators and skyhooks is not just about reaching the stars, but about transforming our lives on Earth. It's a path that intertwines innovation, collaboration, and imagination, inviting us to dream bigger, reach higher, and unite as one human family in the vast expanse of space. Let me share something interesting about the materials required for constructing space elevators. Did you know that scientists have been exploring the use of carbon nanotubes and other advanced composites? These materials are incredibly strong and lightweight, capable of withstanding the immense stresses that such a monumental structure would endure. Carbon nanotubes, for instance, exhibit tensile strengths approximately 100 times greater than steel, despite being much lighter. This research has sparked a wave of innovation in materials science, potentially revolutionizing industries far beyond space travel. Speaking of which, have you ever wondered about the maintenance of space elevators? Here's a fascinating aspect: the concept of robotic climbers. These autonomous machines could be designed to regularly ascend the elevator, performing inspections and repairs as they go. Imagine a fleet of these robotic caretakers, tirelessly ensuring the structure's integrity, much like bees tending to their hive. This could lead to new advancements in robotics and autonomous systems, showcasing the synergy between artificial intelligence and engineering. And here's something you might find unexpected. Space elevators could also reshape environmental monitoring. Positioned high above Earth, these structures could host a variety of scientific instruments capable of observing our planet with unprecedented detail and consistency. From tracking weather patterns to studying climate change, the data collected could play a crucial role in understanding and preserving our environment. This continuous stream of information might empower scientists to predict natural disasters with greater accuracy, potentially saving countless lives. Reflect on the cultural impact of these structures. They could become iconic symbols, much like the Eiffel Tower or the Great Wall of China, drawing visitors from across the globe. These towering figures would not only represent human ingenuity, but also serve as inspiring examples of what we can achieve collectively. As people gather to witness these marvels, they might spark conversations about our shared future and the role of technology in uniting us all. Consider this. Space elevators could significantly influence global transportation systems. By reducing the cost and complexity of reaching space, they might allow for more frequent and accessible travel beyond our atmosphere. This could lead to a new era of interplanetary exchange, where goods, cultures, and ideas flow freely between Earth and space settlements. Imagine a world where the cosmos is just another destination, bringing us closer to the dream of a truly connected universe. Here's a thought-provoking idea. The psychological effects of ascending a space elevator. The journey could offer a unique perspective on our planet, fostering a sense of awe and interconnectedness. As travelers witness the curvature of Earth and the vastness of space, they might experience a profound shift in consciousness, akin to the overview effect reported by astronauts. This change in perspective could encourage a deeper appreciation for our planet and a greater commitment to its stewardship. Have you considered how space elevators might affect the energy sector? By facilitating the transportation of solar panels and other renewable energy technologies to space, they could support massive solar power stations in orbit. These stations could harvest sunlight without the interference of Earth's atmosphere. The energy collected could then be beamed back to Earth, potentially transforming our energy landscape and reducing our reliance on fossil fuels. Here's an intriguing notion: the psychological and social dynamics of living and working around space elevators. As communities form around these structures, they might develop unique cultures and ways of life, shaped by the constant interaction between Earth and space. These communities could serve as microcosms of future space societies, offering valuable insights into how we might live and thrive in extraterrestrial environments. Speaking of societies, think about the ethical considerations surrounding space elevators. Their construction and operation could raise questions about ownership, access, and the equitable distribution of space resources. As these structures become integral to our interaction with space, they might prompt important discussions about the governance of this new frontier, encouraging us to establish frameworks that ensure fairness and inclusivity. Lastly, ponder the role of space elevators in inspiring future generations. As children grow up in a world where these structures are part of the landscape, they might dream of careers in space exploration, science, and engineering. This inspiration could lead to a surge of interest in STEM fields, fueling the development of new technologies and ideas that continue to push the boundaries of human potential. As we dream about the possibilities that space elevators and skyhooks present, it's clear that these concepts are more than just technological feats. They represent a shift in how we think about our place in the universe, urging us to see beyond the horizon and embrace a future filled with opportunity and wonder. The journey to bring these visions to life is not just about reaching the stars, but about transforming how we live, learn, and connect with each other. Through this lens, the potential of space elevators and skyhooks is not just a story of engineering and science, but a testament to the enduring spirit of exploration and discovery that defines us as a species.